fourth round here at Wembley Arena.
There's not many of them do it like that, Fletch. There's not many of them finish. Heavyweight typically, don't see a lot of body shot finishes in heavyweight fights.
Punched him like right above the stomach like that. That's, you know, the sternum, right? That's what it's called.
He stopped him early in the fight. It was the fourth round, but he still get hit a little bit too clean, and that's something they're going to have to keep working on in the gym.
Fourth round stoppage by heavyweight contender Joyce against Christian Hammer in a fight that shouldn't have happened. You know, I don't know why Joyce is fighting this level of competition at this time in his career. We're going to go talk about the fight, look at some replays, talk about the heavyweight division as a whole. Let's see if we can get a replay of the punch. I'm going to see if I can get you a replay of the punch that stopped the fight. It was almost like an uppercut. There it is. Let's see if we can see it. Hold on. Take your time out. Like the video if you haven't subscribed. We're going to be streaming during all your major main events in boxing. Christian Hammer, I don't want to see him fight again. I think this is it right here. Now watch the body shot. Let's see if they show it. There we go.
Okay, let's get the official result from MC Thomas Triver.
He didn't do a flip. I guess it's because this is the heaviest he weighed in his career.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 1 minute, 20 seconds of round number 4. Our referee in charge, Victor Laughlin, waves off the contest. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated, and still WBO International and WBC Silver Heavyweight Champion, Joe the Juggernaut Joyce.
So it's another win for the Juggernaut, who continues to roll towards a world title shot. Joe Joyce is a man who'll give any heavyweight in the world a problem. And tonight, Paul, he did what he needed to do.
All right, let's talk about it. What do you guys think about Joe Joyce? We're going to rate him. We're going to go look at the rankings. Down below in the description box is a link to our website, FightView360.com, where our rankings, which we're about to go look at, are updated in accordance monthly to the sanctioning bodies, WBC, IBF, WBO, WBA. Joe Joyce, from my understanding, he is the WBO mandatory for the winner of Alexander Usyk and Anthony Joshua, which is supposed to be taking place August the 20th in Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. While they're on commercial break here, I like Joe Joyce. I do. 13-0 with, 14-0 with 13 KOs now. 36 years old, 6'6", weighed in at 265 pounds. 66, I believe this is the heaviest he's ever weighed in. No, he weighed in at 270 before. Okay, second heaviest he's ever weighed in for his career. Looking at the rankings right now, as you can see, Tyson Fury, he doesn't have until at least next March or April to defend his WBC title, because he just defeated Dylan White. We got to get his interim taken off of there. He just defeated Dylan White, who was his WBC mandatory. Usyk and Joshua for the other 3 belts. WBA, IBF, WBO, they're fighting August the 20th. And then you have Joe Joyce, who is the WBO mandatory. Now, there was big talks that he was going to fight Joseph Parker, but Joseph Parker is signed with Sky Sports. And Joe Joyce is signed with Frank Warren and BT Sport. And it's already been said that that fight's not going to happen. Daniel Dubois, he has to fight the winner of Michael Hunter and Huey Fury, which is looking like it's going to take place in November. That was postponed. Daniel Dubois defeated Trevor Bryan a few weeks ago. So the problem I have is with Frank Warren fighters and Frank Warren cards, unfortunately, these are the type of fighters that they fight. Christian Hammer, I want to see him fight a quality fight. Yeah, the Daniel Dubois fight was big, but, you know, you come back off of that, you know, with Carlos Takam, okay, all right. But then you go a step down again and fight Christian Hammer? Like, bro, yes, Joyce stopped him in round number 4, body shot. My concerns with Joe Joyce is how easy he's to hit. He took 4 clean overhand rights from, we're going to listen to Joe Joyce there on commercial break. He took 4 clean overhand rights from Christian Hammer. You know, he can't take those type of punches from fighters. So looking at fights that can be made, you know, that is not involving PBC, because Frank Warren and PBC fighters don't work together. You know, like very often, if they do, they don't. You know, he's not going to get Usyk or Joshua next. You know, he's not going to get Tyson Fury, even though Bob Arum has been talking it up. I don't see it happening. Could it possibly happen? Yes, especially since Tyson Fury looks like he can't travel to the States. He can't travel to the States. You know, so I think that would be a nice, you know, international fight, you know, or overseas domestic fight. But looking at the top 15, who is he going to fight? He ain't going to fight the Chinaman, Zhili Zhang, who, wait, let's see if they're doing a post-fight interview. We're waiting to see what Frank and those guys are going to say. You know, maybe Adewale. Maybe Adewale can happen. Dempsey McKean, matchroom fighter. He's fighting Adam Kownacki on PBC Fighter. He's fighting Adam Kownacki July the 30th on Danny Garcia, David Benavidez. Here we are.
Joe, you proved yourself yet again. 13th stoppage against a man who went the distance with so many top heavyweights. How did you do it so soon where they couldn't?
Well, yeah, it was tough. He was game, and he was, you know, hit me with some good shots early on, which I had to like kind of work him out and then start landing my shots. And he's a tough guy because I hit him with some big ones. So credit to him and his team for coming down out here. What a performance! I enjoyed it so much. It's been a whole year since I've been out, so it's been good to be back again. And yeah, it's exciting. I love it. You
do look happy indeed. As you mentioned, he did catch you with a few big rights, rounds 1 and rounds 2. Does it concern you at all when he gets those kind of shots on you so early on?
It's kind of like when you go in the rain, you have an umbrella, but if you don't, then you probably get wet a little bit. So that's what happens early on until I start getting my defenses up and footwork going and head movement. It's and especially because I haven't fought for so long, you know, I have to warm into the fight a bit, so it seems.
Look, he's been in with the very best in the world. He's been the distance with Sanchez, Ortiz, Povetkin. He's fought with Tyson Fury. What does this win and the way you did it say about where you are in the world heavyweight mix?
Well, I'm top level, ready for the world stage. I'm a proper heavyweight, and I'm fit. I've got engine, I've got a chin, big heart, and big cojones as well. So I'm ready for all comers, and I'm looking to fight possibly the winner of AJ Usyk or maybe Tyson Fury if he comes out. But you know, I'm at that level, and it's a shame that Parker couldn't make it tonight. But I don't know. Let's see what happens.
So let's see what your promoter says about who you're going to be fighting next. 14 fights on his record, 13 stoppages. You know he wants to get out again soon. What do you have in store for him?
He's going to fight on the 24th of September. And we'll be sitting down to talk about opponents. That's when Joe will be out next. He got the cobwebs out of his system, right? And I think the other thing that really, for me, was a worry, the fact he had broken his wrist. I mean, it was a proper snap, so there's no problem with it. We see that the power was there. He done what he had to do, and they were in a variety of shots. He got caught himself a few times, as he said. I'm glad he found his umbrella at the end, but. You know, really a good variety of shots, good body shots, and done what he had to do against a guy who's a tough guy who came to fight. And why it lasted, it was bloody exciting.
Indeed. And look, there are many names being thrown his way. Bob Arum's mentioned Tyson Fury. There's a Daniel Dubois rematch being mentioned. There's Frank Sanchez, all sorts of people. What do you see coming? How do you see this all playing out?
Like I said earlier when we were talking, Joe, it's the 20th of August. Once the rematch happens between Usyk and AJ, then it's all going to shake out. One way or another, it'll all shake out. And obviously, Joe Joyce is very, very much in the mix. I mean, he's the mandatory challenger, and he showed tonight why he is the mandatory challenger.
So let me ask you this now, Joe. If you do get that opportunity to fight the winner of Usyk and Joshua, will you take it next? Would you take it in the next few months? And how do you think that would go for you?
Yeah, I'm ready. I've had my warm-up fight now, so I'm ready for action. And, you know, when there's an opportunity presented, I'll get my body, my mind, and boxing technique up to level. And it'd be a great rematch against Usyk. But let's see how things pan out with the upcoming fights. And the titles are going to be up for grabs soon, as Frank says.
Who do you think's going to win that match, or who are you rooting for?
We've got to back the British guy, but I mean, I've respect for both fighters. Usyk, it was, I really enjoyed fighting Usyk back in the day. I've learned, we both come a long way since then, so it'd be good to do it again.
Well, congratulations. We look forward to seeing you in September, and we can't wait to see who that will be against.
Thank you.
Back to you, Paul.
Well, let's go and talk about it. One red flag is once they have a fight announced, you know how they said, you know, September 24th is when he's supposed to be returning. You know, if it's an A-class opponent, you just don't pick a date for an A-class opponent. So it's going to be somebody low tier. Who? We don't know. But as far as AJ Joshua, he ain't going to be getting them no time soon. Because no matter what Tyson Fury says, you know, the winner of Joshua Usyk or Usyk Joshua 2, August the 20th, is likely going to fight Tyson Fury. So Joe Joyce, at 36 years old, he has to stay busy until then. Now, once again, looking at the rankings linked down below. Also, while you guys are here, help me out. Take your time out. Please like the video. Subscribe if you haven't. We're going to be here streaming during your big main events for the rest of the year. So, looking, who's logical? Who's logical? A logical fight. You know, maybe Martin Bakole. He got the upset over Tony Yoka. Where's Robert Helenius? What's he doing? Ijit Kabayal, Lucas Brown, Adewale. Now, these are fights that can possibly happen, you know, and I'm only saying these names because it won't be politics involved. For example, the Joe Parker fight, that's not going to happen because Joe Parker signed with Sky recently, Sky Sports, and Joe Joyce is signed to Frank Warren. That right there will tell you, you know, that they're not going to be able to fight. And then, you know, build toward the Daniel Dubois rematch, I guess. But, you know, Joe Joyce already beat him. He don't need to take that fight. And Dubois got to fight the winner of Michael Hunter and Huey Fury, which is going to be happening in November. So right now, it's going to be interesting to see who he's going to fight because you really can't pinpoint it down. Hrgovic lost his father. He was supposed to fight Zhilei Zhang. Zhilei Zhang got that big knockout, you know, in against his replacement opponent. So those two are going to be fighting sometime later on in the year. And I think somebody pointed out that it's going to be on the, it's rumored to be on the undercard of Usyk Joshua 2 in Saudi Arabia. Luis Ortiz, he's fighting Andrew Ruiz September the 4th here in the States on pay-per-view. Nonetheless, that's fucking crazy as shit. Joe Joyce is mandatory for the WBO, but the winner... But remember, he's mandatory for the WBO, but a unification, you think they're going to stop the winner? You think they're going to stop Tyson Fury versus Joshua or Tyson Fury versus Usyk? They're not going to do that. You know, Joe Joyce would have to wait. You know, unless Joe Joyce waits for, you know, them to drop the belt, as Mikey's been saying. So it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do. But I've been here covering boxing all day long, you know, so Joe Joyce, 4th round knockout over Christian Hammer, a fight that, you know, it shouldn't have happened. Regarding that, I understand Joe Joyce wanted to stay busy, get a fight under his belt, but he shouldn't be fighting guys of the caliber of Christian Hammer. You know, he fought Daniel Dubois, beat him, then fought Carlos Takam, stopped him, and then you go a further step down and fight Christian Hammer? That don't make no sense. Doesn't make sense at all. But hey, those are Frank Warren cards for you, I tell you. I tell you. Big Baby Miller's also floating around out there too. He got a win, what was that, last week? In Argentina, nonetheless, and he looked like shit. Like literally, like the doo-doo emoji. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at T-Street Controversy. Also, the links to my social media are down below in the description box. You're going to see a link tree here. I'll put it down below. I'll put it actually in the chat because people always like, ah, man, what's your Twitter? And people never fucking follow my Twitter. You know, but I didn't, hold on, I didn't copy and pasted the wrong thing. But yeah, I'm going to be back on Monday with a live stream where I'm going to, you know, talk about the fights of the week and recap the fights of the weekend. Doggone, I'm messing up. I'm messing up. I need to make sure I do a little template for that. There we go. Copy. Boom. There it is in the chat. How about that? Podcast launching soon. Lost a few days of work because I was sick last week, but nonetheless, we're getting back to the swing. Do we know if he's officially the WBO mandatory? No. Good question, Adam. No, he's not the official WBA mandatory yet. But I remember that he was, you know, he's supposed to be, but it hasn't been made official yet. You know, I do know that for sure, but it's not official yet. So I'll see you guys later on. I want to take a little bit of a break and get away from this computer and go walk my dog. I've been here since 5:30 this morning covering Australian boxing. And I want to watch some UFC tonight and cover some of that. So see you guys later. Thanks for watching.